All right, so thank you everybody for jumping on our Monday night call. I just have a couple announcements and then I'll share a little bit about our guest tonight. And I really thank you guys all for jumping on. This is going to be a lot of fun. So before I get started, get your notebooks, get your phones, whatever you need to take notes in, because you're going to want to take notes tonight. But I just wanted to remind you that we do have a Push to Emerald group starting up. I set it up today, so we'll officially start tomorrow. We were going to start today, but with Easter weekend, it just was a bit crazy. So we're officially starting that tomorrow, and it's a 10-day Push to Emerald group. And then it is the end of the month. We still have 3 days left to reach Success Club. I think 3, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And you could still work tonight. I know I have a lot of coaches that are still inviting like crazy. And it's really important when you're inviting to always give a date. Even if you are doing like a group that's ongoing, always when you're inviting, give that deadline. You know, we're starting April 4th or we're starting April 11th. I think that helps people out a lot when they're deciding whether or not they can sign up. But that's about it. So I'm going to announce our special guest speaker. So Stephanie Lane is going to be leading our call tonight. And we met, I don't even know, a long time ago because we kind of signed up around the same time. And she's under one of Christina's coaches, Lindsay Krause, who a lot of you probably know. Stephanie's 4-star qualifying, almost there, and will be 5-star qualifying soon, I'm guessing, like really soon. She's been in Success Club for 41 months, right? Pretty crazy. That is consistency. And she has started the team Fit Legacy. And also big exciting news, she's going to be a full-time coach and stay-at-home mom, work-from-home mom this summer. So she has 9 weeks left, which is also crazy exciting. So get your notes ready. I got to get my notebook ready to go, and you can take it away.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that introduction. You guys have such a great coach. I love Allison. We chat back and forth like probably every other day because it's just important to find somebody kind of at that same place as you who has the same goals as you and bounce ideas off of each other. But with all those accolades, you guys, I'm just here to like bring the pressure and the stress down because everybody starts at point 1. And you know, you can do this. You have to know that you are completely capable of having everything that you want, but you have to start. So it really is important to just look at where you are and start from that point. So I remember like as a newer coach, I was waiting for permission to be successful. So what does that mean? Like I would sit there and I would look at all these like really great coaches and think I could never be like that, or I would, put them on this huge pedestal. But, you have to sit back and think, why not me? Why not now? Like, why can't I do this? And you can. It's just absolutely belief in yourself. So success leaves clues, which is why we look at those big coaches and we think they're so great because they've left behind all of these tips, tricks, videos. They left behind all this information so you can completely duplicate what they do. Some places you can find that stuff, you guys, is the National Wake Up Call. Duh. If you're not listening to that weekly, then you need to go back and listen to all the ones you've missed because there's so much good information in those National Wake Up Calls. You can also find them on YouTube and in your team. I mean, look at, Allison or Christina or any of the other coaches in your team that you look up to and just go watch their videos, do their trainings because they have lots of good information. So you're going to turn your story into a message. So if you don't know me already, I am Stephanie Lane. I'm from Iowa and I'm 7 months pregnant with the 4th child in our family. I'm married to Jeremy Lane. And he is awesome. He's such a great supporter, but I am the main coach. He just supports me. So I have built his account to Diamond. He likes to say he's a Diamond coach, but really that's me behind the scenes. But who am I just as a person? So I'm a mom. I'm a teacher. I'll be done in about 9 weeks. This is my last year. I'm so excited. I'll be telling them actually this week when we come back from spring break. So I'm kind of nervous about that, but it'll be really good. And then I can make a huge post, an announcement on how, just making goals and starting from point 1 leads you to all the things that you want. So my introduction to Beachbody was through TurboFire. I lost 36 pounds after, having kids and just being unhappy. Then I decided I wanted to help other people. So I signed up to be a coach with Lindsay Krause. We wanted to add to our family still, so had another baby, lost 36 pounds after that baby, and now I'm pregnant again, and we're done. So I'm not like one of those people who have like 9 kids. 4 in our family is plenty. But I'll have another transformation after this baby. So it's always like a continuous journey. It does not end. Now, like for myself or other successful coaches, like I've said, you might put them on a pedestal and you might think that what they are or what they do is unachievable or unattainable. However, when you meet them in person, and you may have, they are normal, like completely everyday people. Some of them are very quirky. You'll notice they have flaws just like you, like they don't live every day in a filter, that looks amazing. And you just have to realize, you have to give yourself permission and realize that you are enough just like who you are, and you can be all of the things that you put all these other coaches on a pedestal for. So when you feel inadequate, you guys, if you're having a bad day or you get into that comparison trap, or you just like get stuck and you don't know where to start, you need to read something positive. You need to listen to something positive, and you need to tell yourself that you're worth more than maybe you're putting a cap on top of. So you can be an expert in coaching. You can be an expert in fitness. You can be an expert in simply being you. And all that takes is for you to list all the things that, let's say you list all the things that you have in common with other coaches. So you drink Shakeology, you do the workouts, you invite people to be a coach, you invite people to your challenge groups, you try to hit Success Club. Then you need to make a completely different list of all the things that are just you, that have nothing to do with coaching. And that is what you talk about. So for me, I told you, I'm a mom, I'm a teacher, we have 4 kids. So I talk on my Facebook page about getting my kids to eat their vegetables. So I'm constantly making like crazy recipes that I find online. Like today I made chickpea chocolate chip cookies, and they were awesome, and my toddler ate like 2 of them. So I'm going to talk about things that already automatically relate to me and my world, because that's going to attract people like me. And that's what you need to do. Whatever your story is, whatever your likes are, whatever you, whatever is unique to you, that's what you need to share and talk about on Facebook, because that's going to attract like-minded people to you. And then people will start to think of you as an expert in whatever it is you're talking about, because you are, because you live that life. So it's really important that you make a list of all those things that are you and your story. And then when you feel like there are too many coaches and all you see in your newsfeed is coaches and it's too saturated and there's not enough room for you, you need to go look back at that list, because that's what separates you from everybody else. And that's so important. Yeah, okay, so there's like 400,000 coaches and we all do the workouts and Shakeology and all that stuff. But there's a whole nother list of things that are just you. So I'm like really talking fast. So if I am, just slow me down because I get really excited. But okay, so there's 4 ways that you can be an expert right now, like an expert coach. You can just title yourself an expert, because who really is going to tell you no? So you can be an expert in your results. If you've done a program and you've gotten results, guess what? You're an expert. You've done that program start to finish. These are your results, and you can share your story with other people. You can be an expert in your story, which I've already talked a little bit about, and that's just your life, your interests, things you've gone through. Maybe you have a special allergy, illness. Maybe you went through something in your childhood. Maybe you're a college dropout. Maybe you have 4 kids. It's whatever you are and whatever you like to do, because if you try to be somebody else, it's going to come off as being like kind of fake and not very sincere, because it will show that way. So the third one is you can be a research expert. And what that means is if there's something you like and you want to know more about, go and seek that information. So for me, like I said, I'm trying to get my kids to eat their vegetables. So I will go seek out recipes, and then I share those with all the people that are following me. And they know to come to my page because that's what they're going to find. So I'm not saying that they're all mine. I definitely will tweak and change recipes and stuff like that so that it fits more clean eating style that I like to do. But you can always go out and find that information. Or you can always be a research expert for your own coaches. If they need to know something, you can go find it and then share it with everybody. So you could learn more about inviting if that's what you want to know, be better at, recruiting other coaches, how to set up your own Push to Emerald group, stuff like that. So you can find that information. And then the fourth one is to be a role model expert. So that is basically to build your credibility. It is to build your value and how people see you. So a lot of times, like if a brand new coach starts and they do really well and they hit like Success Club 12 and sell like a bajillion challenge packs their first week, it's because they probably already had credibility in whatever program or whatever thing that they were doing. Not saying you have to start that way, but that's just an example. So back to, an example from me, I've already said, people know that if they come to my page, what value are they going to find? They're going to find recipes. They're going to find tips from a busy mom. They're going to find encouragement on how they can keep going. So I'll post pictures. I'm 7 months pregnant right now, and I just posted a picture this morning because I'm 29 weeks exactly, and you can see me in workout clothes and a big belly, and I talk about, I'm not doing everything perfectly anymore, but I'm still doing it. So you just have to continually build your credibility by being a role model for whatever your situation is. Okay? And guys, nobody can take that away from you. Nobody can take it away from you because it's you. So, they can't really argue with that. If you finished a program, you finished a program. So just keep sharing your story. Okay, and then I have 6 ways to prevent success. So the 4 I just shared will help you be successful. These 6 things will stop you dead in your tracks. So the first one is to not be true to yourself. And I've already said that. So you want to talk about you, things you like, things that interest you, things that you're an expert in, now that we've talked about that. If you are a carbon copy of somebody else, because maybe they have great ideas, you're not being true to yourself, and that comes across. So you can be inspired, but don't copy. Okay? So I hope that makes total sense, because a lot of times I'll see new coaches that will literally word for word copy what some other people say, and they might have thought that was really great, but it doesn't sound like them. There's a certain way that you talk. There's a certain way that you use words. So if you like an idea, take that idea and then develop your own words around that idea. The second way to prevent success is comparison. If you're comparing yourself to anybody else, that's not fair to you because you aren't anybody else. Somebody might have started about the same time as you and they're not in the same place, but they're not the same. They don't have the same life. So here's an example. Brittany Leggett, who's a 15-star diamond coach, I think she ended the year in like number 11. She and I started the exact same month. She does not have 4 kids. Well, 3 kids. So anytime if I would compare myself to somebody else, that would make me feel bad about myself, but it's not being fair to myself because I don't live the same life as other people, and neither do you. So it's really important. And the third one is making excuses. So you have to put in the effort to get the goal you want, and you can't be upset with the results that you get from the effort that's not put in. I mean, it's like your diet too. You're doing a program, you're doing the workouts every day, but you sit late at night and eat like a whole sleeve of Oreos. It doesn't work that way, if that's what you want, that's great. But if you don't have the lower body fat percentage because you're eating Oreos every night, then you have to be okay with the results that you're getting. It's the same way with your business. So I know that you guys have done like Go for No in the past. You can do the business activity tracker. I mean, whatever way you can actually see it on paper, what you're doing and what you're not doing, that's going to show you exactly where you are compared to where you need to be. So you have to be doing the effort to match the goal you want, not just, not doing much and then being upset that you didn't hit Success Club. So the next one is not believing in yourself. So number 5 is not believing in yourself. And it might not be believing in yourself. Maybe you don't quite yet believe in the products. It might be that too. Maybe you don't yet really believe in Shakeology and what it can do for the human body. So you need to get a strong, strong, strong conviction, whatever it is you're doing. If you don't believe in yourself, you guys, go read something like, just start. I'm sure Allison has a really great list. Allison, will you nod if you have a really good list of books?
Yeah,
if you don't, I can share one.
We have a good one. Do you have any favorites? But Start Punch Fear in the Face is a really good one. And I've been sending a lot of coaches Girl Code. I like that a lot. But yeah.
You have to listen to or read to things that are continually going to build your self-confidence, because that is so important. If your mind game isn't there, then everything else will follow. So you have to believe in yourself. Or if you don't really believe in the products, do a program from start to finish, actually stick to it, stick to the meal plan and drink Shakeology the whole time, and your whole attitude will change. Because that's what brought me into this. I didn't know anything about coaching, but I totally believed in the products because I saw the results from them. So it's really important. And then the last one, guys, this is a big one. The last way you can prevent success is quitting, or thinking in your mind, oh, well, this didn't work for me. That is the ultimate way to fail, because you're basically giving up. You're giving up on yourself and everything that you were excited about when you became a coach. So like, you sign up and you make these goals and you think about all the things that you want, and, everything's so vast and big. And then you start, going at it, and the momentum's hard, and you have to push forward and give a lot of effort with a little bit of return. And so some people just like, well, this isn't for me, I'm going to give up. That's crazy. You can't do that at all, because you have to push through. You have to, momentum takes forever to build, but once you build it, it doesn't take as much to keep it running. So just, be excited at all times. Think about the good things that are going instead of focusing on the bad things, and, make yourself an expert in your own story. So, okay, your next steps would be to, really pay attention to where you are right now. Maybe make an inventory. How many times have you hit Success Club in the last 6 months? Or if you're brand new, what can you do right now today to start working towards achieving Success Club? And then you need to just pay attention to what your next step is. So, the best way that you can get really good is to pay attention to where you are and where you need to go. So, for example, a newer coach wants to hit Success Club and reach Emerald. Well, right now they're at the starting point. So they need to invite to their challenge group and they need to invite to coaching. You don't overcomplicate it because it's really not complicated. Success is Success Club. I will say that, having achieved it for 41 months, it's really what keeps the motor of my business running, because I'm continually, getting the income obviously from challenge packs, adding challengers to my challenge group. And then those people turn around into coaches, and then they start building their own team. So it's a continuous cycle. So every single month should be Success Club. You need to be a challenger in your own challenge group. Don't assume that you have to be this like crazy awesome leader. You can just be doing it in the trenches right along with them. That's what I do. Turn your challengers into coaches and then repeat. That's it. That's all I've done for the last 3 years. And the compound effect really, really comes into play. And that's a good book too, if you've never read that one. So I know I talked really fast. You might have to go back and listen again. And my nerves kicked in a little bit. I wasn't expecting that, but I think it's my hormones, because as a teacher, I talk a lot in front of people. But anyways,
Yeah.
Do you have any questions, Allison, or anything else I can clear up from that?
No, I think that was awesome. I loved all your tips on what to do and those things that we do to prevent success, because we all get caught in that trap. And I know even having a success partner, I wanted to tell everybody, is huge, because I'll like message Stephanie because I'll be in that comparison mode. Like, oh no, like I'm looking at this and why aren't I here yet? And she helps me get grounded and just focus on my journey. And, you can't compare yourself to other people. So look at those 6 things and think like, are you doing any of them? And you need to squash them if you are. And you need to find a success partner to help, because she's helping me a ton with that. But yeah, another thing I wanted to ask is where do you fit everything in for time management? Because you have been working full time, you have your kiddos, like just for all the people, because a lot of our team is working full time still. How do you do it all?
So for 3 years, my husband and I, we get up in the morning and work out. So there's my post, in my groups. I check in. And then I actually go to work about 15 minutes early so I can kind of get some things going. I know I can't do it at home with the kids around everywhere. So we get the kids off. I drop the littlest at daycare. I go to work and spend about 15, 20 minutes if I can, just maybe responding to messages or sending out invites. Then my lunch break, like I close my door. I get super annoyed if anybody comes into my classroom, but some of you guys can't do that. I know that. I even have a friend that she goes in her car during her lunch break. But anyway, I close the door and I send out invites while I'm eating my lunch. I have like 20 minutes. And then in the evening, like after dinner, when we kind of sit down to watch TV, I'll, do more follow-ups and messages. My professional or personal development is when I'm getting ready in the morning. So when I take a shower and I'm, putting on my makeup and getting dressed in my room, that's when I listen to National Wake Up Calls, podcasts, YouTube videos. I mean, there's so much out there. You could literally never run out. And then team calls and stuff like this after the kids are in bed. So you just have to make the time, really. I mean, I could go sit in the teacher's lounge and gossip for those 20 minutes, but I have bigger goals than that. So that pushes me.
Yay. That's awesome. I think people need to hear how to fit it in, in those little times. It doesn't have to be a full hour and, just those 15-minute chunks. Does anyone else have any questions before we go? I'm going to challenge everybody to do a little homework. So I want us to do those lists of the things that are unique about you. And then when I post the recording, I want you to post the list underneath it. So we can all put our lists out there and just remind ourselves why we're different and why we're special, and then how we can connect with more people. So I'm giving everybody homework.
I love that. And to add one more thing, if you feel like your newsfeed is filled with coaches, you can unfollow them. I mean, it's great to be friends with other coaches and to follow coaches that you admire, but maybe it's something you seek out rather than something that's constantly shoved in your face.
Yeah, that's good advice too. because there's a lot of people that you're like, you want to be friends with everybody, but like Stephanie said, when your whole news feed is coaches, or you can make the lists so you can have all the coaches in a list. And when you want to look at coaches, you just click on that Facebook list. And when you want to look at your new friends, you can click on that list. So there's different ways to keep your stuff organized and your brain happy.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Podcast in the morning, I just started doing that like last week. I don't know why I guess I would go and just start reading right away, but there's something about listening to that audio. Leandra was telling me about it on the Success Club trip, and it's been a game changer. So if you guys aren't doing that yet, like as soon as you get it, put on some headphones and a podcast or a wake-up call, and it can really change your whole day. So, but yeah, thanks for leading our call tonight. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me. It's cool.
9 weeks.
I know.
So exciting. Then you're going to be a full-time stay-at-home mom and work-from-home mom.
Yep.
Awesome. So cool. And I was telling Stephanie too, she always inspires me because as AJ and I talk about wanting to start a family, it freaks me out a lot. But when I see her, she is like killing it. Like we were at the New Leader Conference together and neither of us had slept much. And I'm like, if she can do this and she is super pregnant, then I can do this too. She's been such an inspiration for me. And I'm sure lots of other coaches that are watching. So thank you. But cool. Well, we'll let everybody go now. Thanks again.
Bye, guys.
Have a good night. I'll see you guys soon. And don't forget your homework.